The outback air hung heavy, thick with the scent of eucalyptus, a fragrance that seemed to carry the very essence of this ancient land. And the silence of a world holding its breath, as if waiting for something long forgotten to return. It was a stillness broken only by the whisper of the wind through the grasslands, a gentle reminder of the life that once thrived here, carrying with it a sound, a memory, a howl that echoed with an ancient sorrow, a lament for what has been lost. It was the mournful cry of an animal lost, a predator vanished, a ghost in the moonlight, the Tasmanian tiger, a creature that once roamed these lands with an air of mystery and majesty. This wasn't a tiger in the traditional sense, not a majestic striped cat prowling the jungles, but a unique predator that defied simple classification. The Tasmanian tiger, or Thylacine as it was formerly known, was a creature of fascinating contradictions, a blend of characteristics that made it a true marvel of evolution. A dog-like carnivore with the stripes of a tiger, a visual enigma that captured the imagination of all who saw it, and the pouch of a kangaroo, a feature that linked it to the marsupials of Australia, yet set it apart in its own unique niche. An apex predator, it once roamed the wilds of Tasmania, a land as untamed and rugged as the creature itself, a fearsome hunter with jaws that could open impossibly wide, capable of taking down prey with a single, powerful bite. But the Thylacine story isn't one of triumph. It's a tale of decline and disappearance, a poignant reminder of the fragility of life. It's a tale tinged with tragedy, a stark reminder of humanity's impact on the natural world, as deforestation and hunting drove this magnificent creature to the brink of extinction. This isn't just a story about an animal that no longer exists. It's a narrative that speaks to the broader consequences of our actions. It's about the echoes of loss, the haunting reminders of what we have allowed to slip through our fingers, and the lessons we must learn from the silence they leave behind. The Thylacine's absence is a void that calls us to reflect, to change, and to protect the delicate balance of our natural world before more voices are silenced forever. The Thylacine was a marvel of evolution, a creature that captured the imagination of all who encountered it. It represented a unique branch on the tree of life, a testament to the diversity and adaptability of nature. Belonging to a group of mammals known as marsupials, the Thylacine shared a common trait with kangaroos and koalas, a pouch where they nurtured their young, ensuring their survival in the early stages of life. But the Thylacine stood apart from its marsupial relatives. It was the largest carnivorous marsupial to survive into modern times, a true apex predator of its environment. Its appearance was a study in contrasts, blending features that seemed both familiar and exotic. It had the sleek, powerful build of a dog, with muscles that rippled under its striped coat, and a long, slender tail that gave it an almost feline grace, allowing it to move with a fluidity that was mesmerizing to watch. Its most striking feature, however, was the series of dark stripes that ran across its back, giving it the name Tiger. These stripes were not just for show, they provided camouflage in the dappled light of the Tasmanian forests. These stripes, combined with its powerful jaws and sharp teeth, made it a formidable predator in the Tasmanian wilderness. The Thylacine was a master of stealth and strength, capable of taking down prey with precision and power, ensuring its place at the top of the food chain. Millions of years ago, the Thylacine roamed freely throughout Australia and New Guinea. However, as the landscape changed and new predators emerged, its range contracted. By the time European settlers arrived, the Thylacine had retreated to the island of Tasmania, a last refuge for this ancient lineage. Tasmania, separated from mainland Australia by the Bass Strait, became a sanctuary, a world preserved in time. Here, the Thylacine thrived in a variety of habitats, from dense forests to open woodlands and grasslands. It was a master of its domain, hunting kangaroos, wallabies, and other small to medium-sized prey. The arrival of humans in Australia, thousands of years ago, brought about significant changes to the continent's ecosystem. One such change was the introduction of the dingo, a wild dog that quickly spread throughout mainland Australia. The dingo, a skilled hunter and adaptable predator, directly competed with the Thylacine for food and resources. This competition, coupled with habitat changes brought about by the dingo's presence, is believed to have played a significant role in the Thylacine's extinction on the mainland. Section 5. Settlers and sheep. sounding the death knell. The arrival of European settlers in Tasmania in the early 19th century marked the beginning of the end for the Thylacine. The settlers, clearing land for sheep grazing and agriculture, encroached upon the Thylacine's habitat. The shrinking wilderness wasn't the only threat. The settlers also introduced sheep, a new and easy prey item for the Thylacine. This, however, led to conflict. As Thylacines were blamed for sheep losses and labeled as pests to be eradicated. Section 6 Bounty hunters and a species decimated. Fueled by fear and economic concerns, the Tasmanian government instituted a bounty system in 1888, offering rewards for every thylacine killed. This marked the beginning of a systematic extermination campaign that would drive the species to the brink. Hunters scoured the wilderness, their rifles claiming the lives of countless thylacines. The animals, once masters of their domain, were reduced to targets, their numbers dwindling with each passing year. Section 7. The Last Thylacine, Benjamin's Lonely Demise. By the early 20th century, the Thylacine was a shadow of its former self, a ghostly reminder of a once thriving species. Its once healthy population had been decimated by relentless hunting, habitat destruction, and disease. Its range, once spanning the vast wilderness of Tasmania, was reduced to fragmented pockets of forest, isolated and shrinking. In 1933, the last known thylacine, a male named Benjamin, was captured and brought to the Hobart Zoo, a place that would become his final home. Benjamin's capture, far from being a cause for celebration, was a tragic symbol of his species' demise, a poignant reminder of human impact on nature. He lived out his final days in captivity, a lonely relic of a lost world, pacing the confines of his enclosure, a silent witness to the end of an era. His death, on September 7, 1936, is officially recognized as the extinction date of the Tasmanian tiger, marking the end of a species that had once roamed freely. Today, Benjamin's story serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of conservation efforts to protect the remaining endangered species from a similar fate. Section 8. Whispers in the Wind. Tales of the tiger's survival. Despite the official declaration of extinction, the legend of the thylacine persists. Over the years, there have been numerous reported sightings of the animal in the wilds of Tasmania, fueling hope that perhaps, somewhere in the island's remote corners, the species has managed to cling to existence. These sightings, often fleeting glimpses in the shadows or grainy photographs, have captured the public imagination. They offer a glimmer of hope, a possibility that the story of the thylacine hasn't reached its final chapter. Section 9. Searching for Shadows. Expeditions into the unknown. The allure of the Thylacine's survival has inspired numerous expeditions and research projects aimed at finding evidence of its continued existence. Teams of scientists and amateur enthusiasts alike have ventured into Tasmania's remote forests and rugged mountains, armed with camera traps, thermal imaging equipment, and a hope of rewriting history. Despite these efforts, conclusive proof remains elusive. The sightings, while intriguing, lack the concrete evidence needed to confirm the Thylacine's survival. The lack of definitive proof, however, hasn't deterred the search, and the debate over its continued existence continues to captivate the world. Section 10. Remembering the Lost, a Cautionary Tale. The story of the Thylacine is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating impact of human actions. It serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to recognize our responsibility in protecting the natural world and the creatures that inhabit it. The Thylacine's extinction wasn't inevitable. It was a direct result of human choices: habitat destruction, hunting, and the introduction of invasive species. It's a stark lesson in the interconnectedness of ecosystems and the far-reaching consequences of disrupting them. Section 11. Echoes in the Night. The Legacy of the Thylacine. The Thylacine may be gone, but its story continues to resonate. Its legacy lives on in the ongoing scientific research it inspires, the public fascination it generates, and the conservation efforts it motivates. The Thylacine story serves as a powerful symbol of the need for conservation, reminding us that extinction is forever. It challenges us to learn from the past, to protect endangered species, and to strive for a future where the echoes of lost creatures are met with the sounds of a thriving planet.